What's up, YouTube? It's me, Courtney, ECPI RN student, currently in term 11, parent-child nursing. So my last video, I told you all that the instructor didn't go to class on Thursday because she was sick, and we had to have major schedule changes and things like that because every class we either had a test or a quiz. And so literally, like, we go over the information in Tuesday's lecture, and on Thursday we have a test, then we go over more information, and then that following Tuesday we have a test on that. So it's pretty tight. There wasn't a whole lot of room for anything. And so what she ended up doing was canceling our second quiz, and we're just going to test it out the rest of the way through the semester or through the term. So we only have 4 classes left, so I'm really excited because we are literally in class until 10:30 or later every night. And so our instructor, she's very good at her job. You can tell she's very good at working with children. But we're coming from terms where we would have 70 plus slides per PowerPoint and have to get through 2, 3, or 4 of them in the 5 hours. And we would blast through and get all that information explained and done. This class will have 2 to 3 PowerPoints that are 25 to 30 slides each, and we're still there for the entire 5 hours. So in my mind, I'm always thinking of like all these things that I could be doing that would be a little bit more productive. I think she's a great instructor. She gives a lot of input, a lot of insight, and makes things really easy, or not necessarily easy, but understandable. But it just takes a little bit more time than what we all are used to for the duration of, previously with different courses. So yeah, that's a little rough, but whatever, 4 classes left, we'll be on to the next. Test 2. So I know I have said 1,000 times before, it's exaggerating of course, but I'm not a big time studier until this point. So I actually, for our test 2, I read the chapters, which they were only 2 chapters, but they were pretty decent in length. I went through the PowerPoints, and I went back, and so I talked about prep U's before in different videos, and the prep U's are usually a quiz grade, which our current instructor does that. But I actually went back and redid like prep U's for the chapters for the tests that we had. And so I went, like, as far as studying, I did way more than what I typically do, like at least 100% more, because normally I just glaze through the slides one more time on the way to class, and that's it. But I actually went through, I read the chapters, I did everything that I wanted to do, and we get to class, and it was, surprise, we're going to be open book for this class, for this test. And even though I was like super ecstatic, what the heck. It was cool though. I end up, she still hasn't gone in. So when you have fill in the blank questions, they have to go in and individually grade those and add the points on the back end. And there were like 4 of those that I know for sure I got right. So without those, I'm at like a 90%. So I'm really, oh my God, just like super excited about that. So I'm back where I need to be as far as, not really having to go too crazy as far as like testing and studying and going crazy. I hate to get to the end of the term and have to average out like, okay, I'm looking at my grades. What do I need in order to pass? What's the lowest grade I can get on this test or this final in order to still pass the class? I hate that. Which I still do it, but it's less pressure if you already get 80% on all of your tests, like minimum 80% on all of your tests as best you can. Or if you get one that's a 70 and then one that's a 90, the average is 80 there, so then you're like good with 80. So that's how I like to do it. So less pressure, which is great. We had our first sim on Monday, and I complained before about having sim from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. when I'm in the evening weekend program, which is 5:30 to 10:30. So, but work is like, we're super slow. So whatever. Monday, I dropped my kid off at school. I saw my patients that I needed to see. I came home, ate, changed my clothes, and then went to class with no pressure. Get to the sim, and the instructor didn't show. She said she didn't know about it. She taught a class beforehand, up until like 1 o'clock, and she told them that she was going to leave, let them out a little bit early because she had to leave and come back and was going to be teaching until 5. But then she told some students last night when we were in class that she didn't have it on her schedule. So whatever, don't know, don't care. I am not going to be able to make that up. I can't take any more time off of work. I could, but I just think that this is irrational. I'll leave it there because I could just go on a tangent all day about having these day classes when I'm in night school. Clinical number 3 I had today, and it was at a local elementary school, and we were busy, going all day long. Kids coming in and COVID screenings and putting in like kindergarten immunizations and updating records and all types of stuff to do. So it was pretty busy all day long, like to the point I was on my feet so much I had to go change my shoes and put my Crocs on, which are not allowed in clinical. But I mean, my toes were like throbbing, and my feet, I just had to change I was on my feet all day long. It was insane. But makes the day go by faster, so it was fine by me. And that's pretty much that. I'm pretty exhausted from today. I still have to study the 3 chapters that we have for our test tomorrow, so I'm actually going to take the time to study. I actually really felt, so when I took test 1, I actually thought I did pretty good on it. That was a fail. When I took test 2, though it was open book, there's still time constraints. So, if you have an hour to take a test, that's great. A 50-minute or 50 question test, but you still need to be putting out answers, or you're going to get hung up and not answer half, because the test shuts off when it shuts off. So once your time is done, you're done. So you can't realistically flip through the book or, scroll through the book, or what I like a hard copy. So I had my hard copy of my book. I brought it to class with me. So you can't sit there and like actually search for answers. You actually really need to already know the answer, or already know in the book where to go to find the answer. So it worked out well. I'm really excited about, everything now. I'm not gonna lie, I was like super discouraged after getting that low grade on the first test. I was like already like in my mind like, okay, if I have to take a term off, then I can just do that and have some time to myself to relax and recharge my batteries. I really didn't want to do that though, but it's just in order for me to sleep at night after failing a test, that was the best I could do. So yeah, here we are. That's all I got. Any questions, concerns, anything, drop them down in the bottom. As you can hear the whispering in the background, I have to jump into mommy homework mode. So I will see you all next time.